In old photographs of German soldiers during World War II, you can often notice something unusual. Tiny red, black, and white ribbons attached to their uniforms near a buttonhole. At first glance, they seem unimportant, but these small ribbons could reveal an entire story. Bravery, survival, political loyalty, and sometimes participation in some of the darkest events of the 20th century.
So, what did these mysterious ribbons actually mean? Unlike modern military ribbon bars, Germany had a unique tradition. Only a few prestigious awards were considered important enough to be worn every day as a ribbon threaded through the tunic buttonhole. The most famous of them was the Iron Cross.
The Iron Cross was first introduced in 1813 during the wars against Napoleon. It quickly became one of Germany's highest symbols of military courage. By World War II, several classes of the Iron Cross existed, but the most commonly seen was the second-class ribbon worn directly through the soldier's tunic. Interestingly, the medal itself was usually worn only during ceremonies or special occasions. The ribbon, however, could be worn daily, and soldiers proudly displayed it whenever possible. Another commonly worn ribbon belonged to the War Merit Cross Second Class. This award was generally given for military service that did not involve direct combat. It ranked just below the Iron Cross in prestige and became one of the most widespread decorations in wartime Germany. Then there was one of the most infamous awards of the war, the Eastern Front Medal. Officially, it was awarded to soldiers who fought against the Soviet Union during the brutal winter campaign of 1941 to 1942. To receive it, a soldier had to spend weeks in frontline combat, survive extreme winter conditions, or be wounded, including severe frostbite. The conditions on the Eastern Front were so horrific that German troops gave the medal a grim nickname, the Frozen Meat Medal. Temperatures sometimes dropped below minus 30 degrees Celsius, and thousands of soldiers froze to death before even encountering the enemy. Finally, there was perhaps the most politically significant ribbon of all, the Blood Order. Unlike the other awards, this one could be worn not only by military personnel, but also by civilians. It was originally created for participants in Hitler's failed beer hall putsch of 1923. Later, it was awarded to early Nazi Party supporters who had faced arrest or persecution before the Nazis came to power in 1933. Because of this, the Blood Order became one of the rarest and most politically important decorations in Nazi Germany.
So the next time you see an old photograph of a German soldier with a tiny ribbon on his uniform, remember, that small piece of fabric could symbolize courage, suffering, survival, or political fanaticism. Sometimes entire histories were hidden inside a single buttonhole.